50 Cent was teasing this expose docuseries about Diddy, and it turned out he was deadly serious about doing this.
He was like, this was in the works long before any of this stuff came out.
I guess that he was anticipating a huge public turnaround on Diddy, so he's capitalizing on it.
He's got contacts in the FBI.
After a bidding war, he has finally sold this Diddy doc to Netflix, and yes, it is titled Diddy Do It, and I love that. I love that for him. Now he's just Fortnite dancing on everyone. He's also like made fun of TMZ because of course TMZ does their own docuseries, but they only got theirs on Tubi. He tweeted, "TMZ uses this fat boy picture of me because their doc went to Tubi. LOL. It's okay, guys. We're all making great television. Mine just happens to be the best." Netflix wins the bidding war.
He basically said nana nana boo boo.
Yeah, totally.
Netflix wins the bidding war, but if more victims keep coming out, I'm gonna need more episodes.
Yeah, and so that's actually relevant because another accusation has been made just after the footage came out about Cassie, which of course we talked about earlier this week.
Another lawsuit
from Crystal McKinney.
Yeah, it's a former model. I believe they showed this clip of her on the TMZ article, but the suit claims that in 2003, when she was 22, she was invited to a men's fashion week event in New York City. She met Sean Combs at the event, and he invited her back to his studio. She says shortly after their arrival, Combs and several colleagues were drinking Hennessy and passing around joints. She took a hit, which was, she said, quote, very powerful, and felt as if she was floating. She claims the joint had been laced with a narcotic or other drug. She says Combs then demanded she follow him into the bathroom, where she says he forced himself on her, began kissing her, and shoved her head down to his crotch before commanding her to, quote, suck it. She says she refused, but Combs then pushed her head down and forced oral sex. She started walking away, but then felt woozy and lost consciousness. The next thing she knew, she woke up in a taxi and realized she had been SA'd. It's unclear from the lawsuit if she's referring to the oral sex or another sex act that might have occurred while she was unconscious. And she claims she was subsequently blackballed from the modeling industry, got severely depressed, and attempted suicide in 2004. So she says upon seeing Cassie's lawsuit and Rodney Jones's lawsuit, she knew she had a moral obligation to speak up, and the damages she's seeking are unspecified.
Yeah.
Could be a big payday like Cassie got.
Yeah, I mean, does the idea of moral obligation to speak up, it really shouldn't be
you
about,
had a moral obligation before anyone else spoke up, right?
If this is more about closure for yourself, that's one thing, but I don't know if I buy that the idea is that it's a moral obligation now. But that's immaterial. It doesn't really matter. If it's within the bounds of the law, you have the right to seek damages for what was done to you, but I always feel like it's couched in this language that's supposed to be about virtue signaling.
I'm part of a movement now, and it's like if you knew this guy was a predator this entire time and you didn't speak up, I would say you had a moral obligation before anyone else did.
Yeah.
Maybe that sounds unsympathetic. I don't doubt that this happened because of all the other allegations and the video of him acting like a violent maniac. But again, it's another allegation that comes out 20 years later. And what are we supposed to make of it?
And that's the hardest part of any of these discussions is like you have to at least ask that question, which is why I brought up the idea of the moral nature of it. Like 20 years later, is that really the time to talk about the morality of it? This wouldn't even be possible if there hadn't been amendments to the law that, changed the statute of limitations on things like this.
Genuine question, what are we supposed to do about it? I mean, what is the public supposed to do with this information?
The point of putting this out into the public, though, is also to get public sympathy on her side, because that's just a tactic in court. Right?
Do you think she's going to be part of the 50 Cent docuseries?
It was probably already done before she got involved, so I doubt it.
Well, he's saying that he's going to continue making more episodes.
It keeps going on forever.
It's just a docuseries that never ends.
This is the doc that never ends.
It's the doc that keeps on giving. Love that for 50
puff,
Cent,
puff,
but
pass my
you are profiting off of trauma. You're monetizing trauma coins.
Look, we understand that that's the way of these streamers now. Like, a lot of their money is made, like, what was it? Quiet on Set, right? That's
true.
That's monetizing trauma.
I mean, regardless though, if you read back the way that she tells this story, there were many points at which you should have stopped. Okay, if he invites you back to the studio, it's already obviously something you shouldn't be doing as a lone woman, and then you start doing drugs with these people you don't know. Shouldn't do that. Then you walk into the bathroom with him. I mean, I'm understanding she was high already at this point, so her inhibitions are lowered, and she's not aware of her surroundings. But you're walking into the bathroom with this guy, and what exactly do you think is going to happen when you get there? He's going to take a wee? Like, I don't know. It's not like...
There's still going to be... I still see it in the chat. There's still healthy skepticism on claims like this that have no video or proof. Again, the claim with Cassie is that rare moment where somebody actually gets caught on video and people can make up their mind for themselves.
Well, that one video still doesn't prove the entire list of allegations she made against him, so...
Correct.
Still, you don't have the evidence for all of that. You have to make a guess, and ultimately doesn't matter what's true.
No.
Just let it go through the let the court handle it. We'll do an investigation.
You know who else is getting involved is the city of New York, who is considering removing Diddy's keys to the city. They want to revoke it. He was given the keys to the city, and apparently Mayor Eric Adams is saying that they're considering it. I'm picturing what that would be like. What it actually should be is he instead of taking his key back, they change like a ceremonial lock instead.
No,
can't let Diddy into the city.
they change.
This isn't Diddy's city anymore. We got a $20 from That Stanzatastic. I don't JoJo see why Endgame didn't just mean Endgame. Disney be like, we heard you like Endgame, so we endgamed Endgame. While we endgame everyone's interest in Marvel. Marvel video games have been good though.
Okay. Well, I mean, I thought people didn't like the most recent Spider-Man one.
Really?
Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I don't know.
But yeah, so they're looking to revoke his key to the city. I don't think that they said that's never been done before. Nobody's ever had their city key revoked.
Really?
I feel like there's never been a time where like people get punished like retroactively. Like this is the whole like, oh, this came out that he did something 20 years ago. We're gonna take back the Golden Globe Award or whatever. It's like that's never been a thing.
One of the
Roman
worst,
Polanski, he didn't lose any of his accolades.
Yeah, but celebrities versus. Remember when Tom Cruise gave back Golden Globe Awards because of racism or something? And
yes,
it was that was the cringiest thing Tom Cruise ever did.
Well, Sean Penn donated his to Zelensky, right?
That is the worst out of all of it. I forgot about that one.
Who says Zelensky even wants that? But anyway, also Will Smith had to give back his Oscars, right?
No.
No?
I don't think so. He's
Okay.
just banned from
They didn't have the
going.
balls to tell him to do that.
No, he's just banned for 10 years.
Okay.
So
Banned for 10 years.
I like the completely arbitrary number that they come up with.
10 sounds like a lot.
They're like, if he won't learn his lesson in 8 years.
See
but
you in
10,
2032, Will.
Definitely. So this is what he said. He says, I think all of us were deeply disturbed by watching that chilling video of the young lady being assaulted by him. And the committee and the team, we've never rescinded a key before, but we are now sitting down to see what the next step forward should be. He said, we are taking everything under analysis, and the team will come back to me with a final determination.
I don't know if it means anything. It's just symbolic in the first place, and taking it away is just as symbolic.
Well, I mean,
doesn't actually do anything to help the people that he hurt.
But that's actually the point. It's symbolic in the first
guess.
place, and it's symbolic in the second place.
Yeah.
In the first and the second place.
Exactly. So
in both places.
We'll have to follow what happens to Crystal McKinney, but I imagine a lot more of these claims are going to come out as this continues onwards. And 50 Cent will just be cashing in the whole way. He'll be $1.50 by the time this is all done.
Love it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.